All right, let's get back to the quarterbacks because this is the other thing we've been sort of chatting about here in Seattle is if they love one of these quarterbacks, and I don't know whether they do or not, but if they do, it seems unlikely that one of the top three will be there at 5. First of all, what do you think the chances are that one of them will be there at 5?
Very slim. I think everything I've heard is Arizona is just trying like crazy. I mean, they're using all the phones to try to get out of number 3. So I think that's where the report, the Titans want to move up. I think that's coming from Arizona, that they're trying to connect the dots. They're trying to drum up interest to get out of number 3. So I would be very surprised if at 5 you're looking at
using the burner phones.
The burner?
Even. Yeah, using those burner phones
Carrier
in Arizona.
pigeons.
Yeah, all right. Well, so let's say that you're right about that. What are the chances they would want to get out of that pick badly enough that they would trade it within their division to the Seahawks?
Hey, we saw that last year with Minnesota. They traded it within the division to move. So maybe things are changing on that front, of, hey, we like a couple players here. Sure, go get your guy, especially if it's a quarterback or because I think, Arizona, whether they should or not, believe in Kyler Murray. So they're not going to worry if, Seattle wants to get Anthony Richardson. But I think it becomes interesting, is Las Vegas, are they interested in getting ahead of Indianapolis? Does Indianapolis just pull Chicago Bears and say, hey, we'll flip spots with you? So that we can make sure we get the number 3 quarterback in this draft. So I think Arizona has a lot of scenarios they could play out. It's just waiting to see, which one it's going to be really.
If those QBs go 1, 2, and 3, is there any possibility that Will Anderson falls to you at 5?
Yeah. I mean, he could. He definitely could. We would have never thought last year until the combine that Aiden Hutchinson wouldn't go first. So like this stuff happens. You could almost look at every draft, at least every draft I've covered since 2010, be like, oh, there's no way this guy falls. Then he does. So, yeah, I mean, I think, Brock, even there are teams that like Tyree Wilson a lot. I mean, he did a private workout with the Houston Texans. He's not going to make it to 12, so they're working him out, as a consideration at 2 or in a trade up. And I think Arizona is another team on Tyree Wilson's list. So it wouldn't be crazy. To me, it would be. I think Will Anderson is the best player in the draft, and then there's a decent gap to the next guy. But it wouldn't be one of those things where you're like Cleveland Ferrell going 4th overall, and you're like, what the hell did they just do? It wouldn't be that crazy for Tyree Wilson to go 3.
So I'm not a mockster. I'm not climbing the mock boards like you are, Matt, as a mockster. But every day leading up to the draft, I just do a very biased. What do you call it, Salk? My very.
It's your very biased view on players that you like because you've seen them before.
Because I do get a chance to have FaceTime during the season, 16 different times, Matt, in rooms, in production meetings, at practice with these guys, and there are just some that I gravitate towards that I just hear enough that I'm around or I hear their teammates talking about them. So far I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've done 6 so far. If you could pick one to go to Seattle, one of these 6, who would Matt Miller want to see as a Seahawk? No, and this isn't like the 5th pick. This could be like Deuce Vaughn's a 3rd day guy. But I'll give you these 6, and you just tell me based on where they may go. Deuce Vaughn, Siaki Ika, Nick Herbig, Tuli Tuipulotu, Julius Brents, D. Winters.
Julius Brents, easy. I love all those players. I love D. Winters as well. My gosh, what a great year he had. Julius Brents, though, and you guys will enjoy this. My player comp for him before the Senior Bowl, so before he skyrocketed, was Tariq Woolen, because the length with the speed, the physicality. I think Brents is actually a little ahead of where Tariq was as a technician coming out of college. Now, Tariq had a freaking great year, and he's going to be such a good player. He already is a good player. I would take Julius Brents, and I'm somewhat local to K-State, have some good sources up there, and they absolutely love him there as well. So he's one of those players I would put my gold star next to as, hey, I want this guy on my team.